Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Arakar, Kodash. Double honors into the elder apostles of great Most on the world. And shalom to the whole full elect. This is Paya Allah. The title of this video is October Surprise. And as you can see, I'll be going into a political event known as the October Surprise. Something that pertains to America, um, national election politics, which America is known as Babylon the Great in the Bible. And basically, what I want to do is the apostles touched on it during the course of the live indoor sit down that they had, or indoor preaching that they had. So I just wanted to build upon, well, not build upon what they did, but build upon my own understanding of it. You know, the best way to learn something is to teach it, and that's why we're on the highways and byways teaching it. And then this is something I've known for a while, nonetheless. But at the same time, um, I'm hoping that I can follow up on this video when the actual October surprise happens. All right, there's different things that are going on right now that could pertain to that, but let's see. All right, so I just wanted to go into some of the basic information, and Lord willing, you'll be edified. So this is from Wikipedia.org. October surprise in the politics of the United States. An October surprise is a news event that may influence the outcome of an upcoming November election, particularly one for the presidency. Whether deliberately planned or spontaneously occurring, we know that for the most part, it's going to be deliberately planned because that's the way of the politics in this world. And there's, you could say there's too much money on the table for it just to be a spontaneous event. But at the same time, the Most High is gonna work His hand, all right, whether it be on the right hand or the left hand side, because you know that the elites of this system they go before Satan. They do their seances and different forms of worship on the left hand side to evoke spirits, and that's where that spontaneity could come from. Because of the date for the national elections, as well as many state and local elections, is in early November. Events that take place in October have greater potential to influence the decisions of prospective voters and will also less and allow less time to take remedial action. Right. So basically, if they do something in that time period, it's going to be harder for whoever it affects to recover. All right. So that's the reason why it gets done. Thus, relatively last minute news stories could either change the course of an election or reinforce the inevitability. All right. So it has a lot of pull in terms of what's going to happen, for whoever's going to be voted into power. The term October surprise was coined by William Casey when he served as a campaign manager of Ronald Reagan's 1980 presidential campaign. However, there were October election upending events that predated the coining of the term. All right, so I'm going to pull out two examples to build upon that from this page. So this is on the 2008 McCain versus Obama. On October 31st, 2008, and that actually builds upon, this left-hand side spontaneity. I may be butchering that word, but it's the best way I can pronounce it. Um, and them evoking certain spirits, this happened on the 31st of December, right? To no avail, nonetheless. 4 days before the 2008 presidential election, the Associated Press reported that Zaytouna Onyango, half-aunt of Democrat candidate Barack Obama, was living as an illegal immigrant in Boston. She has been denied asylum and ordered to leave the United States in 2004. So she's been there illegally for 4 years. Some have also described the October. So, with that being said, that would make the minds of people think Obama's going to be about keeping illegal immigrants here because he sympathizes with his aunt, all right, and that the floodgates of America are going to be open, all right. Some have also described the October 2008 record rise in unemployment as an October surprise. And let's look at this one. October. This is from 2012. Obama versus Romney. Hurricane Sandy. I will say Sandy. Hurricane Sandy um, was labeled the October surprise by some in the media. All right, this really shows you how far um, reaching that October surprise is as well. The fact that a national, a a act of God, all right, a hurricane could be put down to the October surprise. Now, is that spontaneous? Yeah, it is. But at the same time, we understand that they have things like HARP, weather manipulation technology. So is that, you know, this shows you how far reaching this October surprise event can go because this is something that will be, reverberate, echo through, the political chambers in the sense of people are going to be talking about it. They're going to see how you react to it, and also they may, make it a thing. If you're, in office as Obama was, your reaction to the whole situation could be pulled into basically spoke about, and then make you look bad. You know, Republican New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who had been a staunch critic of President Barack Obama, was seen praising the response of Obama administration. So at the same time as well, all right, it shows you that the power, he may have done this for the sake of some kind of pull within Obama's time in office. Because Romney, at a certain point, as I recall, it was basically over. It was a close shut case for him. He weren't getting in from a certain point. So this Chris Christie might have just done that for the sake of, having so. I'm sure if you look into it, he probably done it for the sake of getting some benefits during the time of Obama's administration. All right. But these things show you that, October Surprise is part of Esau's political mind games to take power over the people. So let's read some. Oh, before I read that, so you have this thing with my girl now, Hillary Clinton. All right, where she actually mentions the October surprise as well. So this is from Firing Line show, on X, formerly known as Twitter, and it says, "I anticipate there will be a full court press in October." Hillary Clinton says, warning of both domestic and foreign disinformation, showing you that it's high time for that type of information to get pushed out there. There will be concerted efforts to distort and pervert Kamala Harris, who she is, what she stands for, and what she's done. And we're seeing that already because Barack Obama, Trump's been saying things about her allowing the immigrants in, various different little things. But let's delve into some scriptures. All right. So, damn man. Bruh. Um, damn. Alright, so this is Isaiah 10 and 1 and 2. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Um, I know there was another scripture I had, man. So look, I'm redoing this video, but I forgot the scriptures. It's funny because they're up. But let's just go in the spirit. Obviously, the spirit wants something different. So this is Isaiah 10:1 and 2. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness, which they have prescribed. Right. So these different decrees that, only with this October surprise, it shows the character and nature of Esau Edom, all right, the so-called white man, the ruler of this world. His politics, all right, that's all about, um, you know, supp- you know, underhanded tricks, say one thing and do another thing, all right, to basically get people in a uh I remember the scripture now, in a state of uh docileness and take advantage of them, all right, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's only what they intend to do through these politics, because as well, usually, some of these things that get brought up or presented before the people set as are presented as a can be built upon. Like for example, with the whole immigration thing during Obama's time, all right, that would set the president as far as him taking a hard line against immigration to downplay these things. You know, um, but the main one is the example that was provided by the apostles, that of the case and event that if something was to happen to Biden, um, Kamala Harris will be ushered quite hurriedly into office, and then taking up office, if something was to happen during a time after the election, say Trump wins, and something happens during a time in office, she can implement martial law and instate herself, the ruler until further notice. All right. So these are things that can happen and really would forward the agenda of the elites as they are right now, and only to the benefit of who? The powers that be, the Esau Edom, all right, the wicked elite bankers, but then also at the same time to the detriment of who? Israel, all right, to rob the fatherless. So let's show an example of that being done in times past. All right, so this is the book of First Maccabees 8:1 to 4 is the point. Now Judas had heard of the Romans. Now these ain't the Romans as Esau um in the time of Esau. This is during the time of the Republic, when you had um Japhet ruling over, governing that mass pertaining to their inheritance, that land mass pertaining to their inheritance. That they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them. So that even with itself speaks to the possibility that Esau could have begun to creep up in there, all right, and get some power, some footing, all right. So it says, verse 2, and that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and that they had done in the country of Spain, and what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of silver and gold which was there. Now this is the point, verse 4. And that by their policy, all right, them the unrighteous decrees, their words being smoother than butter, but they were drawing swords, all right, and patience, they had conquered all the place, right? So this is how Esau, uses his tongue, that forked tongue of his. He basically plays nice, knows how to say certain things. Gad is a key example, making treaties, agreements, and then basically utilizing time, gradualism to uh, take footing and hold of what they want to do. All right, whether it be the landmass, whether it be your kingdom, wherever it be. All right, that we're very far from them, and this is even places that are far of them, shows you the power and strength of that policy and that patience, and that the kings also that came against them from the utmost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them and given them a great overthrow, so that they, so that the rest did give them tribute. Yeah, all right. So that's the power of that. All right. So let's close out on this, because this plays into not being ignorant of Satan's devices and being, clued up as far as the time that we're in with this October surprise. So this is Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right. And the children of Israel, we have enemies. Okay. It's outlined in the book of Deuteronomy when you deal with the curses that pertain to the children of Israel, as far as um the Lord spoke of our enemies coming against us. But then when you delve into the book of Psalms, it also outlines them as well. All that were confederate in bringing us down as a nation and establishing basically all of the things that is known of us as today. Us being so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all the rhetoric that's being perpetuated out there into the world. That's being done by governing bodies that govern this earth. All right. I could say a litany of them, whether it be the UN, NATO, Club of Rome, um, so Hollywood, all these different secret sects of people have basically done that. Though he humbled himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rusts have not been altogether wiped away. Right. So basically, this man will play the victim, but he has wicked intentions. Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Right, so with that, I pray you're edified. That's the October surprise. Until the next one, so shalom, shalom.